At the end of January 2024, SpaceX accomplished a feat that had never been attempted before, sending shockwaves through the space industry. They geared up for a historic collaboration with NASA in a mission that took place on January 30th. So what exactly did SpaceX achieve in this revolutionary mission? Join us as we revisit the recent milestones and discover how Elon Musk, the visionary force behind it all, reacted to these epic successes. Let's begin. What an eventful day it turned out to be for SpaceX's Falcon team as they organized a remarkable series of activities. SpaceX achieved a feat that added another feather to its cap by launching 2 batches of Starlink internet satellites within a span of just 3 hours. The first feat involved a Falcon 9 rocket carrying 23 Starlink spacecraft that lifted off from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. As the rocket soared over the West Coast, the Falcon 9's first stage executed a flawless return to Earth, touching down on a SpaceX drone ship just 8 and 1 or 2 minutes after liftoff, an impressive display of precision landing. This particular Falcon 9, known as B-1062, boasts an impressive record, marking its 18th launch and landing from Kennedy Space Center and its 9th from Vandenberg. It shares the top spot for the most seasoned active boosters with its Vandenberg counterpart, B-1061. The accomplishment of B-1062 follows the loss of historic B-1058 last month. B-1062 began its remarkable journey in November of 2020, and since then, it has been a workhorse, completing an impressive 8 missions in 2022 alone. B-1062 has also played a significant role in deploying 438 Starlink satellites across 10 missions. It contributed to launching geostationary bound communications satellites for Egypt and Saudi Arabia and facilitated global connectivity with 40 broadband satellites for OneWeb in London, England. In the latest launch, B-1062 successfully delivered 23 Starlink satellites, totaling an impressive 18,400 kg into orbit. It's clear that this Falcon 9 has been hard at work. But the excitement didn't stop there. Another Falcon 9 took off from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California, carrying an additional 22 Starlink satellites into the skies at 9:16 p.m. Eastern. These successful launches mark the 9th mission accomplished by SpaceX this year, showcasing their commitment to a bold agenda of completing a staggering 144 orbital missions in the near future. Adding to the string of remarkable missions, another significant venture is on the horizon. A Falcon 9 is gearing up to launch Northrop Grumman's Cygnus cargo craft toward the International Space Station. The mission represents a substantial collaboration that goes beyond just adapting the spacecraft. It requires considerable adjustments to the rocket itself. This collaborative effort underscores the intricate dance of engineering and innovation essential to pushing the boundaries of space exploration. During a briefing on January 26th, NASA unveiled details about the NG-20 cargo mission, slated to launch from Cape Canaveral Space Launch Complex 40. If all goes as scheduled, Cygnus will make its way to the International Space Station by early February 1st. This launch marks a significant milestone, as it's the first time Northrop Grumman's Cygnus cargo spacecraft will ride atop a Falcon 9 rocket. Historically, Cygnus missions relied on Northrop Grumman's Antares launch vehicle, with only 2 exceptions using United Launch Alliance's Atlas V after an Antares failure in 2014. Looking ahead, Northrop Grumman has ambitious plans, aiming to conduct at least 3 Cygnus missions aboard Falcon 9 rockets. This collaboration includes work with Firefly Aerospace on an updated version of the Antares, called the Antares 330, set to debut as early as mid-2025. This new iteration features a revamped first stage developed by Firefly using its own engines. The transition to the Falcon 9 has been notably smooth for Northrop Grumman. According to Cyrus Dalla, Vice President and General Manager of Tactical Space Systems at Northrop Grumman, minimal modifications were required for the Cygnus spacecraft itself. However, the company did need to make slight adjustments to the cargo loading process due to the utilization of a new facility with different equipment. Despite the change in launch vehicles, Dalla emphasized that the capabilities of the Cygnus spacecraft remain unchanged for the NG-20 mission. The payload capacity remains consistent at just over 3,700 kilograms. On the SpaceX side of things, adapting to accommodate Cygnus was a bit more involved. Specifically, SpaceX needed to address Cygnus requirements for late-load cargo loading within 24 hours of launch. Unlike the Antares, which features a pop-top opening in its payload fairing, allowing for access to Cygnus inside, the Falcon 9 required a different solution to provide a similar late-load capability. SpaceX developed what William Gerstenmaier, Vice President of Build and Flight Reliability at SpaceX, referred to as a gigadoor in the fairing of the Falcon 9. This door, measuring 1.5 x 1.2 meters, can be opened to provide environmentally controlled access to Cygnus inside. Gerstenmaier noted that this modification was a significant undertaking for SpaceX, especially considering that their own Dragon spacecraft launches without a fairing. However, he assured that integrating the door into the fairing does not impact SpaceX's ability to recover and reuse it. Dalla expressed gratitude for SpaceX's collaboration in accommodating the flow of cargo and integration, highlighting the reuse of existing procedures. It's evident that both Northrop Grumman and SpaceX have worked closely together to ensure a seamless transition and successful missions ahead. In addition to the innovative payload fairing door for Cygnus launches, SpaceX has been hard at work testing modifications to its transporter erector at Launch Complex 39A. These modifications are crucial for enabling the loading of liquid methane and oxygen propellants. Why the need for such changes? It's all in preparation for the highly anticipated launch of the IM-1 lunar lander by Intuitive Machines. This lunar lander will be fueled directly onto the pod, tucked away inside the payload fairing just moments before liftoff. Gerstenmaier provided insight into SpaceX's progress with testing the equipment needed for the IM-1 launch, currently slated for mid-February. He expressed confidence that the work is proceeding smoothly, emphasizing SpaceX's commitment to innovative solutions, as evidenced by their approach to the NG-20 mission. SpaceX thrives on pushing boundaries and thinking outside the box. Dalla shed light on Cygnus's mission timeline, noting that it will remain docked at the International Space Station for approximately 6 months. During this period, Cygnus may be tasked with boosting the space station back to its optimal altitude as it gradually descends due to atmospheric drag. However, Cygnus's role doesn't end there. Once its time at the ISS concludes, it will embark on a crucial mission disposing of trash and waste by undergoing a fiery re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. Dalla emphasized the immense significance of Cygnus's waste disposal function, underscoring its versatility as a platform for both resupply missions and safe waste disposal. This highlights how Cygnus plays a crucial role in sustaining operations at the International Space Station by not only delivering supplies but also efficiently managing waste. Amidst all this excitement, SpaceX is also actively supporting a private astronaut mission, currently halfway through its 2-week stay aboard the ISS. Led by Michael Lopez Alegria, the 4 astronauts are gearing up to board their Dragon spacecraft and make their return to Earth this weekend, weather permitting. With a staggering 10 launches planned in a single calendar month, SpaceX is steadily advancing toward its ambitious goal of achieving up to 144 flights before the next New Year's Eve. For context, the record-breaking year of 2023 witnessed 96 launches, averaging a mission approximately every 3.8 days. However, with the current flight rate hovering around every 3.1 days, SpaceX is on track to surpass previous achievements. If we extrapolate this trend, aiming for 9 or 10 launches per month throughout 2024 positions SpaceX favorably to reach between 108 and 120 missions this year. Yet, as history has shown, SpaceX's capability for pushing boundaries knows no bounds. In 2022, monthly launch rates soared from 6 flights in April to 7 by December. Similarly, in 2023, we saw further increases with 8 missions in March and 9 since August. The pace at which SpaceX continues to innovate and elevate its launch cadence is truly remarkable. As we look ahead to the remainder of 2024, it's anyone's guess how far they'll push the envelope. One thing's for certain, though, with SpaceX at the helm, the sky is not the limit. It's just the beginning. Well, folks, buckle up for what promises to be an exhilarating journey into the future of space exploration. As we witness this unprecedented trajectory in space exploration, what do you think will be the next frontier that SpaceX aims to conquer? Will they continue to shatter records and redefine the possibilities of space travel? Share with us in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, show us some love by hitting that like button and leaving a comment down below. Also, if you're a fan of all things technology, be sure to check out this other video we've got lined up for you. It's packed with all the latest news, tips, and tricks to keep you ahead of the curve.